Shut up and sit down.
Greetings! Welcome to episode 175. Wow, I'm losing my voice and we just got started. Episode 175. I am the epic fail host because I'm the one who fails epically. Unless we're in raid, and then I'll throw that over to Galv's DPS. I'm Draven Dresden. With me this week, as advertised, Galv is here. I know, I'm sorry. He just won't go away. Or, you know, I asked him because my other guest was like, I've never been on the show with him before. So I asked him this week. But, wow, I really am losing my voice. But, more importantly, we have another guest. You may or may not know her from Dungeon Fables, All Things Azeroth. Quite a two recent back-to-back episodes of World of Warcraft, one of the oldest running WoW podcasts out there. Ali! Yay!
Hello!
Well, we got lots of news, but I do want to, see how everyone's been doing, and I am a firm believer in ladies first. Plus, it's Galv. Why would I start with him? So, Ali, what have you been up to since, the last time you were on?
Well, I've been raiding. So my raid team, kind of a group of friends and family casual tryhards, are now 4 of 8 heroic. So we're pretty happy about that. We may not get ahead of the curve, so I may have to go pug that, but it's still pretty good progress for us. And running lots of dungeons as always. I ran in Nixia's lair 7 times this week, hoping to get the mount and also, show research, and I didn't get the mount, but that's okay. Someday. That's about it. Just the normal island expeditions, and did the Warfront scenario this week, and looking forward to 8.1.
Nice. What was the name of your raid team again?
We just call it, we don't have a name for our team. Just explaining that we are kind of the casual tryhard group.
Because I was just thinking, as you were saying that there should be an achievement for completing either LFR ahead of the pug.
That would be good. No, it's interesting because half the group works really hard. They know their classes, they know their rotation, they know how to stay out of the fire. And then we have other members who are families and friends who aren't as good, but we've always been, that tight guild and stuff, so we still bring them along, their carries, and that means I need to outgear them so I can heal them through their fails.
but fire's a haste buff, isn't it?
Damage buff? What? You're channeling your inner Howland right there.
No, just no.
Outgear everyone so you can just heal through all the bad mechanics they do.
That's basically my job. Yeah. Last expansion I was tanking.
That's really tough to heal while tanking.
Well, that's true, and that doesn't work. And
unless it's Wrath and you're a paladin.
This is true. Also, I self-healed really well because I was Blood Death Knight. So
yes, style amazing. Points for Blood Death Knight.
Unfortunately, 2 of our healers were carries, and you can't afford to have healers as carries. So that was more important for my guild this expansion. So I leveled my priest first instead.
Well, they hoped and prayed for you to help them out, and it looks like you did.
So far. We'll see.
I mean, you can have healers as carries. I did it. We had that back in Wrath, my group that I had at the time. Well, one of the first group that I had at the time. And then more recently, Galv has shown up on his healer a few times, and I know we've carried him.
That's a dubious distinction. Shaman are specialist healers in Raid right now.
I've seen some shaman. We have a shaman with us now. Granted, he is mythic geared, but he is a very good healer.
Well, I would say that shaman healers, in the absence of snipe heals from priests and druids, are excellent. And especially at keeping raids alive through really difficult mechanics.
Yes, very
true. They excel at preventing raid wipes through, all those abilities. But they parse terrible because, like I said, they get sniped by 3 out of the other 4 classes.
There's just so many AoE heals. Oftentimes, as a holy priest, my overheals are the biggest, and sometimes I just can't help it because that's just how my AoE works. So,
right. Exactly. And there's not much we can do about that.
Yeah.
Except for sit on benches and Dalaran.
I don't want to do that. That sounds boring.
Well, that was the range joke. There was a mythic healer shaman that put, hey, mythic progression this week from my guild, and they showed a picture of him on a bench in Dalaran just sitting.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
Soon to be, though, there's going to be a buff to Shaman, I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah, then they'll get to go to, Dalaran in Legion content instead of Wrath content to sit on the bench.
Ooh, shade has been thrown.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's okay. I'm temporarily going to be retiring my Shaman healer because my guild needs me to blood DK tank again.
Yes. I really enjoy it. I'm leveling Pally right now for something else, but after that, I want to get back to my Blood Decay and get her back up because that's a fun tank spec.
Yeah, and they have a lot of personality. They're not as generic as, let's say, Ret Paladins that don't really have much of a storyline. They're just like, smite everything, pony. Pony.
Pony. I like it. It's good.
First off, we only get 2 ponies. And you have to spec into that.
Oh, sorry, pony.
The third pony would be skill based.
Yeah. Secondly, don't you main a hunter?
Okay, so I main a hunter for the fire department, but I've been a DK blood tank for Vex for years, and I switched to healing on request this expansion. I'm switching back to tanking by request.
That's because they don't want you to bring your shaman anymore. They're like, no, go back to the bench.
Ironically, mid-expansion, they recruited 3 healers very easily, and they're short tanks that reliably show up. So there it is.
That's what they told you, at least. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on from that. What have you been up to lately,
What? Me? I got a Fitbit for Christmas, and just today, my daughter invited me and my girlfriend to a Fitbit challenge. So we've been making sure to win. I mean, I'll let my girlfriend win because she's really good at steps. But I told her if she doesn't let me win every once in a while, I'm going to just put mine on the grandfather clock at work and let it, give me 20,000 steps. Boom! I'm a winner. But it's good. Rating,
just in, Galv has to cheat to win.
No, I could do the regular stuff to win too. I run, but in rating, Vex got AOTC,
Nice.
Which was nice. Yeah, that's good
awesome.
Since the last time I was on. Fire department continues to push new mythic boundaries further and further into difficult wipes, so that we're sneaking up on another win. And then I'm trying to think. We may have opened one of my kids' Christmas gifts, which is Let's Go Eevee, and we've been playing some of that as well. But we'll rewrap it for Christmas. Just don't tell the kids.
Oh, so you're playing it without him knowing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They'll find out. They'll find out later if they pay attention, but they're not gonna. They'll be too busy. How about you, Draven? What have you been up to?
Honestly, this week I was sick. That's why we didn't have a show last week.
I remember. Yeah, you were sick.
Yeah,
Real sick.
I'm not going to go into a whole tons of detail. I'll just say anytime I ate or drank anything, my stomach said, that's bad.
Like that Taco Bell song my kids listen to.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just more of a, I don't want to call it a cramp because it was way worse than that. It was pain. A lot of pain. I felt like Gammon was in my stomach and he was bringing the pain.
Well, he's going to save you too, though, right?
Well, it sure is taking long enough. So we didn't have a show last week. Monday, I sat out. I think it was Monday I sat out. Either that or I went and I barely was there. And all the rest of the week. I finally started feeling mostly okay yesterday. Still not there. But I'm getting there. It's getting less whenever it does happen, and it's happening less often. So it's getting better. Other than that, that's been what I've been doing, dealing with that, because it's hard to, you can't really go into a 4-hour raid or 2.5-hour, however long raid, and be like, hey guys, I gotta leave every 5 minutes because I can't move.
Yeah.
No good. No
yeah.
good.
But yeah,
well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
People were saying it might be the flu. I was like, it was my stomach, and that's it. No other part of me was affected at all.
There are stomach flus. I've had Norwalk virus once or twice in my life. It is not pleasant.
Yeah, but it's been that. Luckily, that's all it was. So I got to deal with that, and all the other fun stuff. But yeah, fun times. Woohoo! Normally, this would be the part of the show where we would go through all the Blizzard games and say, these are the news. Well, that's not going to happen this week because it's 8.1 on Tuesday.
Woohoo!
So
excited.
I'm going to give a quick rundown of some big news for the other games, and then we're just going to go straight to WoW. First and foremost, Hearthstone's expansion is live. That's all I'm going to say about that.
On some demand.
Yeah. StarCraft, the IEM Katowice, I apologize, I can't say that word. They're doing that, I believe Alessandra told me, in March. So that'll be fun. I'll be looking forward to seeing that because the international events are always fun. Here's the big news for Heroes. There's drama. It's over all kinds of different things. If you wanted to have a comprehensive list of that, Into the Nexus. That was close. Go watch Into the Nexus Core, one of the Heroes Focus podcasts. They'll cut you covered. There's just too much to cover in a show that we're going to be covering for all the WoW stuff coming up. Here's the Diablo news.
Crickets.
Season 15 got extended until January.
Hey,
which
that's
makes sense.
Great for iRun.
No, I'm just thinking it makes sense. They don't want the season to end during the holidays, so let it roll over a little bit. I would have planned ahead for it to be there in the first place, but whatever. And let's see. Overwatch. What's the big news there? Well, January, they're going to start the Overwatch League back up.
That's going to be cool.
Or is it February? Is it February or January?
The point is, new teams.
Yeah, we've got new teams coming.
Yes.
Yeah. And apparently they're going to actually have a few teams with home and away games. I have a feeling it's going to be the California teams that have the home and away games, because it'd be the same location. And that'd just be funny. But, yeah. So there's your wrap up of all the other games. Rock and Roll Racing hasn't had an update in a long time.
Which is too bad, because that would be really cool to see some update to that.
Yeah.
Blackthorn
Blackthorn hasn't seen an update.
Look, I could go on about the new Hearthstone expansion for a good 3 or 4 minutes, but I'll pass tonight.
Well, we could also talk about the Heroes holiday event coming up, but
Or
maybe without hearing about the drama.
The Overwatch skins. The Bastion one so far is my favorite.
Jingle Master 76.
I've not seen these skins yet. So
I haven't seen that skin either. I've seen Bastion,
I'm
Widow.
teasing. I'm teasing.
I've seen a couple.
My favorites of all time is Grill Master 76.
He said Jingle Master, and my first thought was, I don't want to know where those tassels are.
No. For 76, they should totally do like a Chevy Chase. What was the character's name? Walt Griswold?
Griswold, yeah.
Yeah. Clark Griswold. They should do a Clark Griswold 76 from Christmas Vacation.
He has to carry around like a tangled ball of lights.
Yes.
A big ball of tangled lights all together. He needs that like slung over his back or something.
Yes. That would be a good Junkrat one.
Ooh.
Where the rip tire is just like a tangled mess of Christmas lights so that it explodes when it hits you.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You could do a new character no, that wouldn't work. I'm trying to think who would be good for like Home Alone. Like a Home Alone character. I don't know.
May?
Maybe May. Home Alone May.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Too bad there's no Blizzard news this week.
Yeah, I mean, there's Blizzard news, but we have a lot of stuff in WoW that I wanted to cover. Mostly, like, I'm gonna call it the survival guide, even though other people have done their survival guide. This is just gonna be more of a no spoiler stuff. This is what you're gonna want to know whenever 8.1 patch goes live on Tuesday. Probably fairly early, because I think the background downloader has been ready to go for a bit now.
Yeah.
So that'll be
probably
fun.
A reset, I would think.
Yeah, well, it'll reset, and then when it comes back up, that's when 8.1's live.
Yep.
So it'll go down for a few hours and then come back. It'll be fine.
It's going down. Just let it update.
Oh, I need more rum.
I need something.
I made myself a chocolate, raspberry, and mint martini for dinner. It was fantastic.
You really should have food for dinner.
Well, I was cooking the dinner while I had the martini.
Yeah. And I don't know if we lost Allie. It's frozen.
No! She's the reason for our success.
She's back.
Skype likes to crash once in a while, apparently, so I am very sorry for that.
Oh, you're fine.
Skype is an epic fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But I have less issues with Skype than I do with Discord when it comes to video and audio. So I'm milking it until they force the update, which should have happened last month. They just never did. Anyway, moving on. First up, if you have alts, or you haven't made it to 120 yet for some reason, play your own
blood
speed.
DK.
Yeah, your XP is gonna go down a bit for what you need. It's mostly focused on the earlier levels. BFA wasn't touched hardly at all. I mean, 0.05 I think was the highest one for BFA or something like that. So, barely, but some of the levels early on got like a 40%. You don't need that much anymore.
I'm totally disappointed now, though, because with the reduction in XP needed for levels, I'm going to spend less time leveling up through Warlords of Draenor when I don't use a boost.
Well, I think the big thing is that 60 to 80 grind is really vicious right now. So that'll help with that. And it makes sense because they're doing all the allied races. So they want people to, go play their old content some more and go level those allied races.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty much the only leveling I do anymore is the allied races. And even then I get to a point where it's like, I'm good for now. Maybe next expansion I'll get some more. which is sad because I have one of the best names in the game for one of my characters, and I just left it sitting in Wrath content.
Well, and that's one of the hot spots. Like Classic and Wrath and Burning Crusade are the ones with the biggest level drops as far as the XP requirements.
Yeah.
They should make people go through Wrath. Wrath is like fun.
Well, no,
Good.
I mean, you don't have to. You choose BC or Wrath. I don't know anyone who's going to choose BC over Wrath because it's just so much better in Wrath. Correction, I know a couple people who would, but they're a little in the head. But no, it was just more of a I don't want to level anymore kind of thing. It happens. Like,
you know what I miss? I miss the
your target when
Arakoa
you're
and
DPSing.
Well, no, I was going to say the sky faction, right, where you're getting the Apexis shards.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Your daily Apexis grinds.
Yep.
Diving in on those Blades Edge mountain camps, trying not to get shot out of the sky.
Did that a lot on my rogue. When God Exalted did the whole thing, so but that was a lot.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Exalted, slightly out of order here. It might not even be on here in the list, but reputations are going to be mostly account-wide. Like, you get credit for your achievement for the faction. You can't buy stuff on an alt that hasn't grinded out that faction, but you can use their transmogs.
Ah.
A lot of people are forgetting that part.
Yeah.
I would have liked being able to take my best faction from multiple characters, because that's a grind.
Yeah, but I understand Blizzard's point of view of, well, that character didn't earn the trust of those people. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do this the 5th time.
Right.
I mean, we have the World Quest system now, and that's a little better, especially with the contracts. But
man, it's too bad there aren't currently any rewards available once you max out your faction.
Gee darn.
Yeah, there's a couple. We'll talk about that here shortly, because that's going to be the last thing I want to talk about, because there's like 87 of them. But yeah, going back to your leveling in Warlords, though, as long as you have flying in Warlords, it'll be cake, because you can do the exact same thing you did at the time, only now you need to do it less. Go to the bonus objectives, clear out all but one thing, get as much bonus XP built items that you can, and then go clear it. And now you won't even need the 300% bonus thing that is really hard to come by now. But there is a new potion or an elixir. It's one or the other. That will give you another bonus XP. So they're giving you even more XP. And more heirlooms. But they're on the same slots.
Is it the Crimson Bull potion?
That sounds about close to right. I don't have it right here in front of me. I have to open that page up. But, yeah. Yay, less Warlords leveling. Don't get me wrong. At the time, the leveling was obviously the best part of that expansion. I did that so many times. I'm just done with it. It has not been enough years for me to want to go back yet.
Yeah, I think the number of alts that were generated during that expansion or leveled through that expansion is unparalleled to date. I mean, people, even I had like 5 going, and I barely get past 2.
I would say Legion probably had quite a few also, just because the Demon Hunters started right there.
I would agree with the Demon Hunters, but I mean, people literally used alts in Warlords of Draenor to manufacture gold. Like they leveled alts just to farm gold themselves. It was crazy.
All right. Anyway, sorry for the moment of silence. I had to say hi to a celebrity in chat. Hi, Ro.
Welcome to chat.
Yes. Moving on, we got the Darkshore Warfront, which,
Yes.
for everything that I've heard and everything I've seen, is considerably improved over the Arathi one.
And it's going to be a different style, too, which is really nice.
Yeah,
like the same
different buildings
general
and-
thing, but everyone's fighting towards the middle, and then you gotta like hop on a ship to go to another island to kill the last guy. Like they changed it up just enough so it kind of gives it a little bit of a refresher, which is really nice.
And if I'm remembering correctly, we only have to farm the ore. The timber and the wooden stuff is just an auto. Here you go.
Yeah, you can
Why?
get that. You can get that now from when, like, if you are horde and you kill the ancients, you actually can loot wood off of them. Alliance can loot wood off of the catapults, and things that would normally give wood.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right,
say
they-
I thought the ancients just had their hand in a wood chipper and were regenerating.
No wonder
and
they're
there's going
always
to be
grumpy.
world quests. Which are a little
Worst
different.
ancient job ever.
Oh.
Yeah, there's going to be some world quests over there. You're going to get some special currencies to buy stuff. Some of which will be awesome, like mounts and pets. I don't do pet battles anymore, but I still like collecting pets on occasion. And the harder they are to get, they're the ones that I want the most. Like the goat, bale, however you want to say it. I spent a very long time getting him because I knew not a lot of people were going to go through that.
I still need to. I want to. I'm the same way. I collect all the different ones, and especially if I find one that I really like, I really go for it. And I just haven't done that one yet.
So
He's really fun to have the pet biscuit on because he's bigger than Nose.
Nice. I like it.
I've often opined about how much I enjoyed Warcraft's, 1, 2, 3, Frozen Throne, stuff like that, where I always thought that the PvP battles, one of my favorites was Arathi Basin, the original Arathi Basin, because it felt the most like having your character immersed in the Warcraft 3 kind of game. And I've been pretty happy with the way that they have developed the Warfronts as far as giving you that playing feel of you're one of the characters in the RTS feel. In the very first couple of playthroughs, I thought Arathi Basin was awesome. And it kind of lost its luster a little bit after a while, but I always enjoyed when I went in. It's just I didn't feel the need to repeat it frequently more than the once the quest was up per time through.
Right.
So I'm wondering what Darkshore will have in store, because they literally talk about trying to immerse you in that RTS feel during these events.
Well, what's awesome too with it being a Darkshore, like right now, if you go to Darkshore, it feels like if you're Alliance, for example, and you take the portal to Darnassus, you're instead, you can't go to Darnassus because it's on fire. So instead, you're ported to just outside Lordanel, and there's no NPCs. The bridge is broken. There's just ash like dramatically falling to the ground. Like the ambiance of it right now is really well done, and so it feels like a war happened there. So I love that is the scene for this next new Warfront. And I think with adding the world quest and the Warfront service medals for it, like that's going to help give some of that replay desire.
For the people who want the stuff or don't want to wait as long, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
My one complaint is that Horde get the cool transmog.
Which one's that?
Really?
The skull one, the undead transmog.
Oh.
I want that on my paladin, who happens to be Alliance. And I can't. And it makes me sad.
No.
Well, unfortunately, Draven, that reward is for the Horde.
Yeah. I'll get over it. I have Horde characters, so I might even, put some clothes on my demon hunter for it.
So that reward is worth getting dressed for.
I mean, in game anyway. I don't know about real life.
All right, so that
Pants are overrated, anyways. It's fine.
Well,
show title, worth getting dressed for.
Podcasters don't wear pants, so that's why you don't ever see me move in this chair. You don't want to hear the sound when I stand up.
Yeah, I don't want to see you move, so it's okay.
Well, there's that too.
I don't need to know what's going on over there.
No one tunes in for that.
No, that'd be a completely other streaming service.
Not on Twitch.
Yeah, not Twitch. That would get me banned on Twitch. Probably. Anyway, moving on. Darkshore. We got the faction assaults, which are basically the invasions from Legion. Only it's going to be Horde and Alliance doing the invading. And I think eventually the Naga will start showing up on some of them too. Like, I don't think they're right away, but I think eventually they will be. Probably closer to like 8.15 or 8.2 or something like that. But
I can see that happening.
Yeah. So we have the choice of we can go defend some objectives or we can go and attack some objectives. Just depends on what's there. And they're going to be really great for leveling. Especially for those of us who hopefully, Blizzard, please let us have flying this patch. Put in Pathfinder Part 2. That would be lovely.
They haven't talked about that yet. I don't think it's going to be an 8.1. I think if it's going to be an 8.1, they would have said something. Maybe 8.15?
You know what they could do in the interim is just have everyone be able to board Jaina's ship, and she'll fly diagonally across the islands, and you can just jump out and parachute down.
Well, that would be awesome. I'd be okay with that.
Right. So it's not quite flying, but maybe it's like falling with style.
Yes.
And you just call it Jaina's battle boat.
But what would the Horde do? Like, are you saying the Horde would actually... Because I don't think Jaina would let the Horde on that boat. So...
Well, I know what the Horde would do. I know what the Horde would do. Sylvanas would give them a blimp, one of the Zeppelins. But instead of jumping off, you have to load yourself in the cannon, and she fires you out the cannon.
Right. And then every time you go, she yells, "You're fired."
No.
just
what were we talking about again?
I think we were talking about kicking you off the show. Anyway, so yeah, there's faction assaults. Big happy time for some classes. Some of the movement abilities are off the global cooldown, so hooray for those of you who got some abilities off the global cooldown. None of the characters I play have that. Admittedly, I don't really need a whole lot. I would just a couple.
You can remember you can go pony. We talked about this.
Pony.
It looks so weird when there's a person standing on or sitting on a pony who's standing on a pony, though.
Maybe you go twice as fast, right?
You go twice as fast, but if you run into a door, you get knocked off.
So, I was thinking of the one class that really was talking about the things coming off global cooldown that stuck with me as warriors. Is it pain suppressions off the GCD? Is that what it is?
The warrior big defensive. This is why warriors were good during Legion. Pain suppression. I think that ignore pain. That's what it is.
Ignore pain. That's what it is. Yeah, because I know that the warriors have had a hell of a time where they're great, and all of a sudden they crumple.
Yeah. But that's not a movement ability. That's just more of a defensive cooldown type thing. Movement, like warriors can jump. I don't think that's off the global cooldown, but as an example. So keep in mind if you're a class that has movement abilities, they might not be on the global cooldown anymore. Congrats to you guys. I'll stick with my
Congrats.
paladin and my I don't need movement ability off the global cooldown demon hunter. Because I can go across the freaking map in 2.3 seconds. And I mean like continent map, not zone map. I'm exaggerating.
Yes, you are.
Just a little.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, I am pretty sure.
Hey Galv, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of that one guild? I think they're Finnish. They were always number one for every raid that they ever did, almost.
Is it Method?
No, they're not Finnish.
Oh, I was gonna say number one.
But they would only ever recruit people who spoke their language.
I don't know. I'm no good at this. Is it finish you?
No, but I really want to play the new Mortal Kombat.
That would be awesome.
Well, it has nothing to do with what I was going to talk about, but their name is Paragon.
Paragon. That's the
Yeah.
one. But see, Paragon's not a Finnish word. That's what throws me off every time.
Yeah, well, you know. Paragon means best of the best. Well, in this case, you know, Paragon means you get to keep grinding your faction over and over. The one thing
That's awesome.
I didn't want this. I'm happy
Why not?
with the rewards. I just didn't want because I didn't want
But
to have to.
there's some really cool stuff on this list, though. I'm really excited.
I'm not arguing. I love the rewards. I didn't want them to be there.
So who's not gonna wanna go and fight their way through to get a bowl of glowing pufferfish? I need that in my life.
I want to know what that's going to do, and it's going to drive me crazy until I
Right.
see it. But that
Everyone in the raid swells up and glows.
What happens
Maybe.
if I use that with the corgi goggles? Do they like become floating corgis?
They'd be like alien looking because they'd be all glowy and stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. The one toy I'm
That
really
would be
looking forward to more than any other toy is the Jaina music box.
That'll be really cool. I'm excited about that.
I was this close. If I hadn't been, all week, I would have redone this week's intro music for after the Shut Up and Sit Down, would have played the Jaina music box.
The Proudmoore music box.
I'm calling it Jaina, I don't care.
You're saying it wrong.
It's a music box. It's made famous by Jaina. It's a Jaina music box.
I'm excited about the Azerite fire launcher from the Champions of Azeroth because fireworks. And I like the look of Azerite because it's all blue and stuff, so I'm excited.
You know what? I think that's great. What better way to celebrate this expansion than exploding Azerite's blood into the sky for your own amusement?
Well, don't think about it logically, man. Let me have my fun.
I would happily do that, even on my paladin. I welcome our new Void Lord overlords.
I think Azeroth will appreciate that we are collecting the bits of her and having joy. Maybe.
Okay.
Let's go with that and move on.
Yeah.
Joy to the world, the void has come.
Oh, God.
I if you had sung that, I would have been more impressed, but that was still pretty good.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. If you have been listening to the show for any period of time, there was a little singing competition we got involved in a while back. You know I can't sing.
That's what makes it funny.
Yeah. To you.
Let all the void rejoice.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome the void gnomes. Oh, Phrasely.
Yeah. So anyway, lots of rewards. There's mounts, there's toys, there's pets, there's gold, there's Azerite, there's You gouging your own eyes out because you didn't want Paragon levels. You were like, yes, there's no Paragon levels. I don't have to keep doing this all expansion.
Well, you can do it over time. You don't need to like quickly grind them out. Like you have the whole rest of the expansion, which is quite a while still.
I still don't have all the Paragon rewards from the last expansion.
That's why this game is great, because there's so many things to do.
I'm not arguing that, but I want my.
That's right.
I want my golden goose now.
Wine.
Maybe you'll get one under the Christmas tree from Great Father Winter.
I don't want him giving me a golden goose.
Oh, maybe he'll stuff it for you.
Oh my God. That makes it worse.
I'm standing by my previous comment.
We have to type that one out.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's also for the Horde, because we only talked about line stuff. For the Talanji's expedition, they get this really cool toy called Ford the Blood God, and you get disguised as a blood troll, which I think is really cool. And I wish, as a Horde, I need to get my Horde up so I can have that too, at least for Horde side.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I was very selective in my alt choice this expansion. I was like, normally I would pick whatever my main is, which has been my paladin. And then I would either go with my Death Knight or my mage. This expansion, I was like...
Oh, keep going.
I was just going to say, this expansion, instead, I went paladin for my main and then demon hunter on horde side. So I got... Because of the story, I wanted to see both sides of the story. And... to date, I still only have those two. I have a 115, almost 116 Alliance Demon Hunter. Because once you get used to that movement, you're like, I don't want to not have that.
I can imagine.
Yes, Blood Death Knights unite. Yay.
Yes.
Right?
All Death Knights...
superior movement abilities.
All Death Knights have great movement. I've never had issues. Of course, I've always been blood spec and not have to worry about, I might not want to stand in that.
The only, I guess, Blood Knights are the reverse of movement. They can't get anywhere in a timely manner. They just bring everywhere to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it works though. It works.
Right. They're basically like the Amazon service of tanks.
I could go over there and not stand in this big puddle of this will kill anyone but me. But
or I can yank the group's target into this puddle of death and solo it with low DPS.
Yeah.
Or your friendly neighborhood holy priest can pull you out of it.
Oh.
That's my job, man.
Neural inhibitors for that reason.
Yep. neural silencers, but yeah. I may have 30 of them on my 122s for that very reason.
I have 30 Murloc wands from the anniversary event because that's how I roll. Because Murlocs.
I have a few wands. I don't know for Halloween, but I don't have too many left at this point. I don't know. I'd have to look. I have so many characters, most of which haven't been logged in. I should probably do that. Like I said, I've got some really awesome names on characters, but I don't play them because it means leveling or paying for the boost, and I'm not going to do that.
But leveling is going to get easier now, so
leveling will get easier.
No excuse.
Oh, I still have excuse. I don't want to level. I still have that excuse. But I have less of a reason to be like, it's going to take so long. But yeah. Anyway. Be sure to do Mythic Pluses this week. You have, today being, as of live recording, Saturday night, Sunday and Monday still to do it. The higher your Mythic Plus, the better your reward is. We already knew this. But Tuesday, with the patch coming live, you're going to get the new currency, for the Azerite gear that you can either target or get a random, thing.
You mean there's going to be a new in-game currency?
Well, we only had one for this expansion, so it was about time they gave us 37 more.
What?
Well, how many currencies did we have in Warlords and Legion? I think we counted 21 or so each.
Yes, at least that was by the time the expansion was done.
Yeah.
So right now you've got War Order resources. And,
war resources.
And don't forget the Island
Gold.
Doubloons.
Well,
I'm so excited about those.
At the moment, there's only one thing to use their Island Doubloons for if you're not saving them for future, and that is that siege tank itself in the island.
Which is fun!
Which is good.
Right?
But and it's good and it's fun and it's great. But once 8.1 drops, we get a new vendor.
Which is what I was saying. If you're not saving for future, there's only one thing to use them on, and that is the siege engine. Because you just go around, pull everything, or more accurately, take a tank with you, have them pull everything, you walk up, hit one button, everything dies.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
I think I did that once because I've been saving up, hoping against hope that they would give us a vendor with cool stuff, and they have, so I'm really excited.
Yeah. So I know there's a certain hat that you're looking forward to in particular.
Yes. So leatherwares out in Tiergard Sound, Bralis area get this really cool like tri-corner hat, pirate leather hat. It looks amazing. It's the one you get also in Freehold as the pirate disguise, and it looks really good on my priest.
Tri-corn.
And I really like pirates, so I want that on my priest. Except it's not a cloth transmog. But now this vendor will give me that hat for doubloons, and that is going to be as excited as I am about everything else on that vendor. That hat is the first thing I'm going to get Tuesday morning, and it's going to be amazing.
You're going to have to tweet that one out.
Oh, I will.
Yep.
Oh, I will.
We'll see it on our Twitters.
Yep.
But I haven't decided what I'm going to be getting first. I want the mounts. Same with the war medals and stuff like that. There's so many mounts.
You're just obsessed with the mounts.
Hey, I have like 411 of them. At this point, it's just I might as well get them all.
Gotta catch them all, mount them all.
You're fired. Out of a cannon. From a Zeppelin. No parachute for you. But
it's only funny because you want to mount them all.
Not in the same way you do, though.
Yeah, you're the one that doesn't have any clothes on. Let's see.
I'm not seeing a problem with that, but obviously I do have clothes on, but,
Wow.
Anyway. Lots of new currencies, lots of stuff you can buy. There's mounts, pets, toys. There's cosmetic items such as the hat. Honestly, we could spend almost an hour covering just what you could buy. So head on over to Wowhead because they have all the information right over there. Free plug. You know what else is a free plug?
What? What?
Did that on purpose because I knew it would break her.
Oh my god. Moving on.
You know how you had to go to either Orgrimmar or Stormwind to plug the button to turn on and off PvP mode, war mode?
See, I don't know what you keep slipping in there, but I assume it's something.
Well, now you can go ahead and pound that button in other places too.
Are these the kind of plugs that you're interested in doing tonight?
You're killing me. And I'm wearing this like super hot sweater, and so I'm like dying. Whew. Anyways.
It's a good show tonight. It's a good show.
And that's about as close to rated R as we get most of the time on the show. Every now and then, Thist and Thorn will be on, and I'll be like, feel free. I'll mark it as explicit. It's fine. They're like, no, and they keep themselves tame. I'm like, no, go for it. It's fine. This is as close as we get to R as ever, really.
Like, I'm really good at controlling myself with it when it comes to the swear words when I need to, because, my show is clean. Well, except for the bloopers. And, I'm on all things Azeroth, which is clean. Warcraft is clean. So I'm really good at controlling myself when I need to. You're making it very difficult tonight.
And it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just call it War Mode Alley.
I have a couple ideas for titles, but yeah, we'll come back to that later. Anyway, getting back to actually on-topic stuff. You can now toggle...
On topic? What is that?
You can now toggle War Mode...
We don't do that here.
Squirrel. You can toggle War Mode on and off, not just in your main capital cities, but pretty much, unless I misread it, anywhere that's a city. It doesn't have to be Org or Stormwind. You could do it at a random inn.
Yeah, anywhere you can get rested. Just like with that's how you can change talent points. Is anywhere you have rested, unless you have the tomes, of course.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, Squirrel. You said that. And I've got in the background the different scenes from the Battle for Lordaeron playing, and I'm looking at Greymane. I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's how Gilneas lost the fight. Squirrel!
Yes.
Yeah. Say, I was going to go more with the squirrel's trying to stab me in the eye with a red-hot French fry. That's an old reference. If anyone knows it, you get bonus internet points.
Wow.
Yeah. Anywhere you get rested XP, you can now toggle on and off War Mode. So be sure to get in there and pound that button every time you can.
Which I'm surprised they didn't do that sooner. Notice how I'm being professional moving on. I'm surprised they didn't do that sooner because I thought from the beginning that we can change talents. Like, why can't we go change War Mode? And I try to justify it that the fact that, Stormwind versus Orgrimmar, Horde versus Alliance made sense. But now I'm glad they finally are doing this. And hopefully it means more people will have fun with War Mode. I think that's probably their whole purpose behind it. To make it less of a pain to change.
Yeah, I think it was mostly kept to those two cities to start with, just to make it easier on coding. And then they realized it wouldn't be hard.
Well, they had something already like it before. I mean, you used to be able to turn PvP on and off. And it was a 5-minute wait.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but with the new system being what it is, I got why they kept it to those two cities, at least to start with, and then I figured they would expand it later on. I honestly didn't figure it would come at 8.1. I figured 8.2 maybe.
Not to highlight the chat room too much, but Frasley does bring up an excellent point. You can toggle this in Goldshire.
That'll be interesting.
People can have a toggle party.
Well, they already have plenty of other parties over in Goldshire, so why not? Yeah, I know too many people that have characters over there, and it's like, no. Anyway, more things coming. Patch is Tuesday. Raid is not. So, we don't get the new raid yet.
That's good. I think a lot of
yes.
raid groups still need more time, so that's good.
I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't mind the raid coming out on Tuesday because
holidays.
It'd be fine. But with the holidays coming, other people actually want to spend time with their families.
Yeah.
Which, makes sense for them, I guess. But, I avoid people for the most part when I can. And most especially most of my family. But so, yeah, it makes sense that they would wait because the Blizzard employees actually do want to spend time with their family and not in the room like, oh, we might want to fix this for the world first race. So, January 22nd, 1 month
That's another
after
story.
1 month after Christmas. Yay. That's when the raid happens.
The typical release with normal. Is it normal and heroic the first week? And then
yes.
Mythic the following week, as well as Raid Finder Wing 1. And then 2, and then 3.
Yeah, I mean, we know the bosses we're going to be fighting, and that's pretty much how it comes out for the schedule. I love Blizzard for what they did with one of the fights. And I won't give any spoilers outside of it involves, depending on what side of the faction line you're on, hero or bloodlust. Something very special happens during one of the fights when you use that ability. And I'm just like, you trolls, Blizzard, I love you.
Is that a spoiler?
Not everyone knows. So I'm erring on the side of caution on that.
That's good.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to some of the fights. Some still up in the air about, but they'll be interesting.
Overall, I've been pretty happy with Old Deer.
Yeah,
they've been, there's some little unique mechanics here and there. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to. I know, Galv, you're on the raid team, but I'm not going to talk to you about it now. But at some point, I'm going to get a hold of the raid leaders, because we have more than one, and be like, hey, instead of doing progression the last week, let's just get the Old Deer mount. Go through on normal. We don't need the gear at that point. Let's just get the mount for it. If we're doing the achievements. Cool. It'll be on normal. It'll be cake.
I simply answer to Howland.
Yeah,
I'm the face of Howland.
No, you're not.
The mouth of Howland?
No. You'd have to cover up the top half of your face and then, let your teeth go and...
I'm the mouth of Howland. Yeah, that was the reference I was going for. Just stretch my face over this giant frame in a bottle.
Yeah.
For all you Whovians out there.
I was actually went another direction than that, but okay. I was going Lord of the Rings. But anyway, so yeah. Raid comes out the 22nd of January. That'll be fun.
Yes.
So get your AOTCs before that, because once that date hits, you don't get AOTC or...
that might be something that we end up doing. We usually do a couple of CTR. I'll have to talk to Howland because we normally do a couple of CTR title runs, helping people tag into AOTC who don't normally get it. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's an idea because I don't want to have to pug. Pugging achievements is never fun.
I'm gonna have to pug that one. I love my raid group with all my heart. They're good friends of mine. If I went AOTC, I'm gonna have to pug.
If only you knew somebody,
Right?
or
If only
multiple
you knew.
somebodies.
But the trick, though, is I'm a healer, and that's a little bit harder because most teams have their healers all set up.
Yeah, but that's not how AOTC runs work. In AOTC runs, you just add on a bunch of people who don't functionally assist with anything,
That's true.
you try to keep them.
I don't like being carried, though, so I'm gonna have to swallow my pride a bit.
As someone who has been in a raid
Just
group with you, no,
that's true. You see me heal Draven.
Yeah. As someone who has been in multiple raid teams, and then can thus compare, I have gone into your raid group. I helped out. Was it this past Sunday or the Sunday before?
This past Sunday.
Yeah. You're fine. You would not be a carry. Now
we'll talk.
No, you're definitely not. You're an ally.
Well, there's that too. There's that too.
Smooth.
She's a great mage. Yeah. Double ice block when you need it.
You would not be a carried character.
Sure.
You would actually. As long as you know the mechanics, you'd be fine. So if you had any question, I don't know how far you know for heroic stuff. Is what I'm saying.
Not officially inviting you, but when invites go out.
We'll talk.
I'm not officially asking them for permission, but
we'll talk.
We'll talk.
Yeah, it won't be.
Moving on.
Yes. We made a thing about mounts. Like Galv was like,
"You want a pony?"
Yeah, there's that, and then there's Galv making other kinds of inappropriate jokes involving animals.
Well, Draven wants to mount them all.
And you want to stuff the goose, so I mean, this is just where we're at now.
I just thought Great Father Winter could help a guy out.
Let's talk about these mounts, shall we?
There's not very many of whoa.
No, there's not very many. When I said like 87, I wasn't kidding. I mean, I was exaggerating slightly, obviously, but so in terms of mounts for the raid, you have Glory of the raid coming. You have 2 mounts that are drops. One is from High Tinker Mechatork. I did not see a difficulty requirement, so it looks like any difficulty. But you get your own water elemental mount, but a cool looking one, not one of the ones that shamans can have from Legion. For Mythic Jaina. Typical, drops and achievements.
Which one did you see that was from the... Gotcha. Yep.
But tons of new mounts coming from Darkshore, just like Arathi. Tons of mounts out there still. If you go and do the rares, you go do the rares and out in Arathi, possible mounts. Got some Night Sabers, some Kodos. We got the frogs finally. I'm so excited.
The hoppers.
Yes. We saw data mine pictures of that in, pre-BFA even. So, and we weren't sure if it was going to be just Horde mounts or not. And so I'm really excited that AliandrasK have these too, and I want them very badly. And also their tooltips are really funny. And the good news is they don't cost 5 million gold. This is true.
No, they cost 333,333 gold.
That's still more gold than I have, but I will farm for that gold. I need that mount.
So I see on here, and one of the things I was curious about is more than 2 things that allude to water. The most obvious being obviously the saltwater seahorse. Similar to perhaps Nat Peggle's floating fishy turtle.
Nope.
That might be...
The new seahorse is going to be the new Reigns of Poseidus. The seahorse that can go... Or the Vashir mount.
That's
the seahorse that can go anywhere. Which means the fact that I have the Reigns of Poseidus will be less fun because more people will have a seahorse that can go everywhere. But, it is what it is. And Frasley here in chat is bringing up a mount that is not on this list. However, I was going to bring it up anyway. The ever-elusive hive mind.
Yes, it's on the list.
It's on
It's
the
at the
list.
bottom of the list.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Yep.
Oh, I just skipped right over it then.
Yeah. It's below Meat Wagon.
All right. Yep, I just skipped over it. It is a unique mount, not just because of how it looks, but the more people that are in it, the faster it goes. I'm really looking forward to the secret community finding this so that I can spend the days it's going to take to do it.
Well, and I know Jeremy Fiesel on Twitter started hinting at things, so I don't know. There's obviously some kind of new secret in motion, and I don't know if it's this one or something completely different. I want to assume this one, but
Probably
I don't
both,
know for sure.
but I think that what you're talking specifically about is this one. I'm sure there are
I think
secrets out there
so.
that they haven't found yet, but everyone's
I'm
looking
sure.
for this.
But I think this is the new biggest one that everyone's on the hunt for. So congratulations to them. I know they will find it, and it will be fantastic.
So, not to reiterate my point uselessly, but the reason I was interested in the seahorse is perhaps it will be useful in a very soon release of new content for Battle for Azeroth.
Maybe an 8-2.
Well, I mean, that particular area is above water, so...
Well, I mean, if I guess there's no old gods to see here. My bad.
There are no old gods in this expansion.
That's right. No old gods at all.
Nope. Nothing to see here. Move along. These are not the droids you're looking for. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. It's got some more Dreadwings, which is a bat.
Mm-hmm.
The Crowlusk. Yep. There's a couple of them. Those are the weird V-shaped. If you've seen the movie Pitch Black, they look kind of like the monsters there.
Well, don't you fight a big Crowlusk in the with the island? What's it called? Tol Barad, or what's the? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? Where's that very first island fight where you go back to the jail?
Tol Dagor.
Tol Dagor. Isn't a Crowlusk the very first boss you fight?
Yeah. So it's one of them, but you can get them as mounts finally. Not to mention the ones that are already in the game, like for rep and all that other stuff. The drops. I still don't have that bat mount, the bat spider.
Oh.
I'll get there, but
it does look pretty cool.
I think
I
that
don't think
Reigns
it
of the
flies, which is sad because I thought it did.
Some of my favorites are the PvP rewards. Always, they get fantastic mounts.
Yeah.
You just like the Horde one because it says Bone Steed, and you have your mind in the gutter.
No.
What? Never.
Hey, that's not the reason my mind's in the gutter.
I didn't say it was the reason your mind was in the gutter. I just said your mind is in the gutter. That's why you like that one.
Well, I've always been impressed with the PvP mounts, and I think the Bloodsaber is it the Bloodsaber? One of my friends got that for the first time, and it has like the orc skull and the troll like rattling off the back of the mounts. That's badass.
Yeah, PvP mounts have always been interesting. Not for the high level. I can prove I'm good at PvP. Here's this mount.
Right.
I've never been that kind of PvPer, but so I don't have any of those mounts. But
I think what I mean is they put a very high degree of effort into crafting those PvP reward mounts to reward people who like that kind of thing. It's like they're always really cool to look at. So I think.
Well. Yeah, they have to, because that's the reason people do the PvP. They don't care about the bragging rights anymore. They want the mount. So if the mount wasn't epic, people would be like, I can go out in the world in PvP. I don't need to grind, my rating up or anything like that. But yeah, and then the meat wagon that you mentioned, that'll be coming 8.1 if you pre-order Warcraft 3 Reforged, the epic version, Spoils of War edition.
I'm excited to get that.
I may have to do that.
I'm still up in the air. I'm still up in the air as to when or if I'm getting that. I want to get it, but at the same time, I know me. It would be for the mount.
What?
So
me? What? Fire! What? Sorry. Trauma.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Yeah. Is the price of the Spoils of War edition worth that mount to me is where I'm looking at, because I might play the Reforged once. Just because of time. I mean, I'd play through it all the way through for the changes and stuff like that. But that's what I mean by once. I probably would never go back and play it again.
But would you enjoy it during your first playthrough?
I generally don't buy games that I don't think I would enjoy. I've bought games that I didn't enjoy because I didn't realize what they were. Looking at you, Aeon. But
hey, didn't you see the additional content, the new maps and stuff with Spoils of War bonus edition? Dreadlord Jaina?
I've got that in Heroes.
I tease.
Yeah. And I've got Voidlord Jaina in WoW, so yeah. I mean, it would be worth it to buy it, to play it, and get them out. Not arguing that. It's just more of a, is it worth it for me to go through and just play the game? Probably just the one time for the story, which I've played already. That's where I'm like, I want to get it because I want the mount, but it just, bunch of different things like real life issues. So
yes,
yeah. I guess I could use Blizzard tokens. But that means I actually have to play the auction house. I don't want to do that again. I did that in Wrath.
It's tougher now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
auction house runs don't last nearly as long as they used to.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really sell horseman mounts, the runs there, because it doesn't work the same anymore.
Yeah, you did plenty of Love Rocket runs. What happened to your gold you saved up from that?
I didn't loot anything if it wasn't the Love Rocket. What are you talking about?
I was going to say, don't you get 20 gold from killing that boss and you did it a couple thousand times? What'd you do with all the gold?
Probably repairs from you screwing up raid mechanics.
Ooh, shade is done again.
Oh,
anyway.
There's so much love between you two. It's great.
We pick on each other, but we know it's all in good fun.
I know.
Can you heal this love tonight?
God.
So what I just did is only going to be funny to the people watching right now.
See, I try to keep my clips under 8 seconds, so his reflexes don't get the better of me.
All right, so is there anything else 8.1 coming that we didn't really touch on that you think people need to know about?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I scoured a lot of websites and PTR data and stuff like that looking.
I think that it's not one of those that you really got to gear up for. I think it's an opportunistic patch where if you're looking to broaden your base as far as how many characters you've got in action, this is an excellent opportunity to do that. It's got something for people who want to jump back in, something for people who want to pick up some of those additional items, and so you won't feel like you're wasting your time because now there's Paragon. They're breadcrumbing you through to the next content. So
I like the rewards. I don't want to have to do it again.
Just throw on Netflix or Doctor Who or something. You'll be fine. Get over it.
I'm using my television as my computer monitor.
Yep. Save 2 emissary quests for Tuesday. That's a good piece of advice.
Thank you,
almost.
I do that every
week.
week.
What they're talking about.
I do that every week. I don't turn in Sunday or Monday until Tuesday.
So you can get the whatever the new currency is, which it's Titan Residium. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the question from Frasley, why do we do that? In my case, I've been doing that for maximizing Azerite. As of Tuesday, with Paragon levels coming out, added bonus.
So here's the trick. Everyone
go
tonight.
Go to Dark Moon Fair.
Yes, go to Dark Moon Fair, get your carousel. Oh, but then... This
then
is assuming you're not going to play until Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, some characters that you have may not be played. You might park a couple till Tuesday.
Maybe just if you've done your Mythic Plus already, take a break for a few days, have your buff, and then on Tuesday, nice little extra boost there if you really need it.
Crush it.
Yeah. And if you have any rep potions, you could do that too.
I unfortunately raid on Sunday, so that is not. I'm not going to be able to use the Dark Moon Fair buff like that.
Yeah. I've been to your raid team. I would love to see you one-shot everything.
That's funny. We would not want to shot Zool. Yeah.
This is why I need to level up my Demon Hunter to help you do that.
We're gonna crash and burn on Zool. Let's just be honest.
We thought the same thing would happen to our group, and then what happened? We one-shot it.
So I get down there and I'm explaining the raid strat, and it's a 2-phase fight, and I only explained phase 1 to the team because I figured we'd see some phase 1. Well, they got to phase 2 on the first try, and then someone
phase 2 is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, so I'm basically yelling out instructions on how to do the fight during phase 2, and they finished him off. I was so happy, but I was totally surprised.
It gets even better.
On heroic?
Yeah.
The first time we pulled it on normal.
On normal, oh.
Yeah. Then we go back and do it on heroic, knowing there's extra stuff. And we're like, we're probably not going to get this boss tonight.
Right.
And then we one-shot him again on heroic.
Which is truly ironic because we still can't one-shot him on purpose any given clear night. We can one-shot him on accident.
Yeah,
he's challenging that second phase, man. That's where it all falls apart. You can get your ad management down and it'll be fine, but once you get to that second phase, that's rough.
Yeah, our raid team, we're not known for doing mechanics properly. Most of the time. I mean,
we're known for astronomically high heal parses.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
So coming, if you show up and help with that, then you'll just be taking their parses down. That's all. Or you'll get astronomically high heal parse yourself.
That's also possible.
Yeah. So we go in, and there are fights where we're gonna struggle with this because there's actually mechanics you got to do. And then there's fights like Zool, where there's one mechanic you have to do, and it's the tank's responsibility.
Yeah.
And we're like, you got a couple. I mean, obviously there's more than just the one, but I'm oversimplifying it. And we're like, we have no business one-shotting this. Let's go ahead and do it anyway.
Right. That's what makes raiding fun.
Yeah, those moments of, I don't know how that happened, but let's keep doing that.
Congrats, Frasley.
Yeah, a new dark iron. Enjoy your mount. That's what I have a dark iron for. The mount.
Dark irons are awesome. I like dark irons.
It's leveling
I
another
understand.
character, so yeah.
I still don't have my factions maxed on any characters, and
I
I did
have-
it for
I
such
have-
a long time.
I've got my factions max on both of my characters from World Quest, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, if you guys don't have anything else, we're running about almost 90 minutes, and that feels about where I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think we're good.
Alrighty. Well then, we're gonna go ahead and move on to shout-outs and where do people find you? Eeny, meeny, miny, Galv doesn't go first. Ali.
You always make me go first. God, why does everyone make me go first? Okay. My shout out goes to our chat room tonight because they have been a lot of fun. As for contacting me, because I'm horrible about that, you can find me on Twitter at AliandrasK. You can find my show Dungeon Fables at Dungeon Fables. And you can go listen to the show at dungeonfables.com or wherever you find your podcasts.
Okay.
Do it.
Listen to it. Listen.
Everyone go right now.
No. Wait like 10 minutes and then go.
I'm going to sip from this water, and you guys subscribe and liked Ali's site.
So, all I'm going to say is I knew it was coming. My mouse was right over that mute button. They didn't hear it.
Oh.
Galv, how do people get a hold of you on the internet? Do you have any shout outs and all that other fun stuff?
Oh, good. No, I want to give a shout out to the raid teams. I'm super happy that everyone in my raid teams have gotten AOTC so far. It's not a trivial expansion, so stick with it. We got more raid content to come up here, and hopefully we'll push through that too. It's a lot of fun to be able to knock those out for people, and we'll see what's coming up next. As far as getting a hold of me or finding me on the intranet, Galvanid. So it's Galvanid Online is my Twitter handle, Galvanid Online. And if you're following me on Twitch for raid nights and other bonus content, it's twitch.tv/Galvanid. So yeah, and I'm in almost all sorts of weird Discord channels and Pokemon Go and wherever else. If you see my name, that's probably me. How about you, Draven?
Well, before we get back to me, I know Ali forgot at least one thing to mention, and I didn't say anything. But
I've only been on the show for 3 weeks. It's still new. So I'm currently an interim co-host on All Things Azeroth. You could tune in live on Mondays or listen to the show later on in the week when it comes out, whenever it comes out. Wednesdays or Thursdays, or it depends on how editing goes.
What time on Mondays?
Mondays we start at 10 Eastern-ish, like 10:15, 10:20 Eastern-ish. And you can come join their Discord. You'll be muted, but you can join like the chat on Discord, and we'll all be there talking and stuff. And we have a lot of fun. And last week we trolled Medros a lot, and I'm surprised he hasn't kicked me off the show yet. But it's a lot of fun.
I'm getting correction from him now. It's 9 o'clock
9 Eastern.
Not 10 Eastern.
9.
10 it'd be
math is hard.
Central.
All I know is that I rush home from work, I stuff my face with food, and I show up. That's all I know. See, I'm a noob at this because I've only done this for like 3 weeks, so I'm still learning how to be a co-host on that show.
Yeah, I'm supposed to mention something about a nightlight, and I don't understand that. But
smile and nod. See, if you guys were in the Discord during shows, you would know.
Well,
Or why we posted a million chicken photos last week.
I'm getting ready for raid at 9 o'clock, and I start raiding at 10, so it's really difficult. But anyway, as for how do people get a hold of me? You go to the Twitter, you type in @DravenDresden, you hit enter. I'm probably the only one because you can only have one person per name. So that would be me. As long as you are polite, civil, insert other random word that means similar to those, we can have a conversation. It's okay. I might not get back to you right away. That is not me ignoring you. That is me saying, hey, I'm busy. I will get there. But I try to keep up as best I can when I can. Unless I'm like dying of whatever was going on with my stomach.
Yeah, you should stop that, eh?
Yes. I've got it. I'll just take my stomach out. It can't hurt if it's not there. This is a genius plan.
Food is delicious.
That's a complicated procedure, and I don't think you can stomach it.
Oh, dear God.
Additional shout out to my girlfriend for bringing me a buttered crescent roll. Yum! That was so good. I hadn't had one of those.
Did look really delicious.
It
was a total surprise. I'm like, is this a buttered crescent roll? No way.
Yeah, I'll be going to grab more of my ice cream cake whenever we're done.
Ice cream cake. Is it from Dairy Queen?
No, but my Blizzard earlier was.
And it made the show again. Keeping it Blizzard. As for, that's how you get a hold of me. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. You should know these things.
Yes. Got shout outs. First off, I will thank Ali for coming on the show again.
Thanks for having me on again.
Despite having to deal with me and also Galv at this point now, too.
I don't know if I've laughed that hard on a show yet.
What?
Well, almost. Almost.
I mean...
Okay, let me rephrase that. I haven't laughed that hard on camera. It's a whole different... when you know your camera and you know your face is heating up and probably bright red, that's completely different.
So, yeah. I'm not saying Galv and I got together in DMs on Discord and be like, you know what we should do to Ali? I'm not saying we did that.
Invite her back before she figures out not to come back?
Well, no. I invited her back a long time ago. But she hasn't figured that out yet. No, I meant, you know what would be really fun? When we get into this PvP topic. Just go off the rails with that and just have some fun. I guarantee you she'll crack up. We might break her for that. We 100% didn't do that, by the way. It was just one of those things that happened.
I could tell, because watching Gal's face while you were saying that, I can kind of tell that he was like, where is he going with this? I don't know.
No, I don't know where I'm going either. So
I did pick up what you were dropping at the time, and so that was funny. That was authentic.
Galv picks up dropping show title. Thank you.
We have so many show title options. I love it.
Anyway, so getting back to the, all that fun stuff. I do have to mention we have Patreon for the show. Patreon.com/podcastepicfail. $1, $2, $5, blah, blah, blah. I think it goes all the way up to $50. I will say thank you. I will not understand your decision. I will look at you like you're crazy. I will still say thank you. And I will mean it. It's per month, not per show. Some places do per show, and I don't understand that one. I kind of do, but it's per month. Discord, bit.ly/epicfail Discord. Come on over. You'll see random goofy things like last night, or Thursday night, rather. I posted the new Critical Role intro video because I liked it. And it was cool, so I did that. And there's other random things. So, yeah. You'd think I'd get better at this after 175 times, but it just never happens. It's kind of like Gal's DPS.
You're only more polished at making the mistakes.
Yeah. It's kind of like Gal's DPS. It just
polished mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. As for the music at the start of the show, since I was sick and couldn't make the fun one I was going to, bensound.com is where I found it. There's another place, incompetech.com. You can find music over there. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Wow, I'm just really excellent at that tonight. Short version is, give them credit. You can use it for your show. Everyone wins. You just have to remember to give them credit and not edit in later, like I had to do a couple of weeks ago. So, with that, do either of you have any last words for the show? Normally I pause, but I've screwed up enough times already, so.
My brain, you guys broke you broke me. My brain is broken now. I have no last words.